my book and wax friends. I'm Amber. Welcome to my channel and to another bookish video. This is a book tag video for the beginning of the year. I know we are in February, so technically it's not the beginning of the year, but I didn't have time to do it in January, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do it now for you guys. So this is a beginning of the year book tag. Let's jump into it. If you want to participate too, I would love for you to put your comments down in the comment section, obviously, or do your own video and tag me so I can watch it. I would love that. Okay, question number 1 is how many books you are planning on reading in 2025. So me personally, I do not set a goal for how many books I'm going to read. I read for enjoyment, and so whatever I read, I'm happy with. I just read. I'm just always reading. And so there's never a set goal. So for me, it can be limitless. So maybe it'll be 25 books, although I'm more than halfway to 25 books, or maybe it could be 150 books. Anyway, so I don't set a specific goal or anything like that. I just read for the enjoyment of it. Okay, question number 2. A book you're likely to reread this year. Well, have you watched my reading wrap up for January? I technically have already reread books twice, and that is the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I reread them twice in January, once with my eyes physically and once through audiobook. So technically I could count that, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe later in the year I read them again because they are my beloved series right now. So probably that. Maybe I will reread the first 2 Emily Wilde books as well. Because I'm getting the 3rd book in this month. I'm so excited, yay, which I am planning on reading. And I remember enough of the stories to jump into the 3rd one right away. But once I finish it, I might feel like rereading the whole series again, like I did with Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I'll probably say that, if not Once Upon a Broken Heart. So, okay, the next question number 3 is a priority read on your 2025 TBR. Probably for my top 25 in 2025, I think the one that is kind of priority, although I haven't read it yet, I'm kind of keeping it for later in the spring, is what I feel like doing, is probably Mistborn, the first book. The Final Empire, I think, is what the first book is technically called. I think probably that one, just because I've had it on my Goodreads TBR forever and keep on meaning to get to it, and I just haven't. So probably that one, or just so I can show you, this one as well, which I am planning on reading in March. It is the final book in the Invisible Library. The name just escaped me for a second there. The Invisible Library series. This is the final book, The Untold Story, by Genevieve Cogman. And so most definitely I do want to get to this one in March. This will be a priority for me, and it is on my 25 books in 2025 as well. So this one for sure, and probably Mistborn in April. I'm feeling April or May, possibly. Okay, number 4 is an author you won't be reading more books from this year. I mentioned this back months ago when I tried to read a book by them, and I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and that is Christina Lauren. Their last book that came out, I don't even remember what it was, but I'll put the book right here. I started it, and I've just come to realize that I'm kind of over them. They've gotten a lot more explicit, it feels like, in their more recent books than they used to be. And so that's just not for me. I did enjoy a lot of their books in the past, but it's just been really hit or miss for me recently. And so I've just decided that I don't need to read anything more by them. So Christina Lauren would have to be my answer for that one. Okay, question number 5. Something new you want to read, new genres or tropes. Let me think. Something new, a new genre. I'm very set in my ways in regards to what I like to read. So I don't really go out of my way to read other things. Maybe some memoirs. I know I mentioned a few months back wanting to read Ina Garten's memoir that she did. Plus there are a few other memoirs that have come out, like Tom Felton's memoir, that I was interested in. So maybe some memoirs. That is kind of a good one that maybe I want to dip my toes in a little bit. But I am someone that is a creature of habit. I'm set in my ways in regards to what I do love. And like I said, I read for enjoyment. And so I want to read the books that I love and want to read. But I would probably choose maybe memoirs or maybe more literary fiction. I have read here and there literary fiction, but for the most part, it's fantasy, romance, historical romance, and classics. Those are my 3 favorites. So, okay, number 6, a popular book you want to read. Let me see. I'm gonna go with one that's on my top 25 for 2025 too, and that is Piranesi. Just because I've heard a ton of people say just how brilliant the book is, and it's on my list. And so I feel like that's a really good one. It's super popular by a lot of people that read all different types of books. And so I feel like that one's a good choice. So Piranesi. Okay, then the 8th question is a bookish goal for 2025. Okay, let's see, a bookish goal. Well, to get more bookshelves. I'm in the process of putting up a bookshelf right here. And I do want to eventually turn my daughter's room into like a home library office area where I can work on Scentsy stuff and do my reading and have a ton of shelves in there and a cozy chair and stuff like that. Since she's moved away, her room is like the perfect spot for all that stuff. And so that's kind of my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but I'm hopeful that I can at least get it started. So I'll go with that for sure. Okay, question 9. A book that's been on your TBR that you won't probably ever read. Ooh, that's a hard one. I have so many books on my TBR. I'm just gonna go look on Goodreads right now and let's just take a look real quick and see. I have like thousands of books in my, 1,400 books are on my TBR. So we're going to go down to what the oldest book is and figure that out. Because I do like to every once in a while pick a book that's from the older part of my TBR. See, there's a lot here that I probably won't ever get to. But I'll go ahead and pick this one. It is the Nina Quinn series. The first one's called A Hoe Lot of Trouble. So a hoe like garden hoe. I'm just not big into mysteries, at least right now. So I don't ever see myself getting to the series ever. But if you've read this or this, this series, let me know down in the comments. Tell me if it's good. Maybe I do need to read it. Who knows? Okay, moving on. The 10th question is a series you want to read this year. Ooh, that's a hard one. I'll go ahead and actually go with, because it's right here. I am this is also my 25 books in 2025, Liar's Crown by Abigail Owen. It will hopefully get read this month in February, and then I will see, whether I'll love it or not. She is also the author of the new The Game's Gods play, which I do want to read too, but I decided I was going to read a completed series by her first before I picked that one up. So I think I'll go with that one. Either that or Mistborn, which I already said earlier. So that one, of course, is one I want to work on getting to. Okay, question 11, is your auto by authors going into 2025? Stephanie Garber, the author of the Once Upon a Broken Heart / Caraval series. She is coming out with a new book in 2025. It's an adult book, adult fantasy. And I'm so excited. It's called The Alchemy of Secrets, and I'm anxiously waiting to see the cover reveals for the US and the UK edition so I can decide which one I want to get. That is definitely an auto-buy. She is an auto-buy author for sure, and multiple copies of certain books auto-buy. So yeah, I think I'll go with that one for sure. Okay, the next one is question 12. A book to show adaptation you're excited about this year. I can't even think of any book to show adaptations that I may be excited about. I know they are doing a release, a new version of the Harry Potter series. So I'm not sure if that's coming out in 2025, but I'll say that one because how can I not pick Harry Potter? Hopefully it's good. And yeah, so whether it comes out in 2025, I don't know, but I'll say Harry Potter. Okay, then we have on the 13th question is a sequel you're anticipating. Well, as of this moment, because I'm anxiously waiting to come in the mail, is the Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, which is the third and final book in the Emily Wilde series. So excited. I'm going to start reading it the second it comes in the mail. I can't wait. So definitely that one. Okay, then the 14th question is bookish things you're leaving in 2024. Bookish things that I'm leaving behind. Maybe to go with that is not feeling like guilty when I stop reading a book that's part of my official TBR. A part of me always feels guilty when I DNF a book that is on my official TBR. Because of one reason or another, I'm just not feeling it, or maybe too much content than what I personally feel comfortable with. And so I DNF it, and I feel bad about it. And I shouldn't, because the TBR is just for fun anyway. It's not like someone's gonna absolutely make me. I'm not going to jail just because I decide to stop reading a book. But I just feel bad, especially when I have you lovely watchers that are excited about me reading the books, and then I end up not finishing it. Anyway, so I've kind of tried to, in 2024, I pushed myself through some books that maybe I would have stopped reading if I hadn't felt obligated to finish it. So I think I'd probably go with that. I don't know how well I'll do with leaving that behind because I've already felt myself doing it for this month with my TBR, my official TBR. But I'm gonna try to do better for sure. So I think, again, reading is supposed to be for enjoyment. So if I'm not enjoying a book for one reason or another, I shouldn't feel obligated to finish it. There's so many other books out there that I could be enjoying instead of wasting my time on something that isn't giving me joy. So, okay. Anyway, I feel like that's a good answer for that question. Okay, the 15th question is what to expect from this account? Well, more book stuff and more home fragrance stuff, because those are my two passions and that's what I enjoy sharing with you guys. I've been trying to possibly maybe do a sort of like TBR game, not just my TBR jar, which I do really enjoy doing that, picking prompts from that. But kind of trying to come up with some sort of cute TBR game type of thing. A ton of other book content creators do that. And I always enjoy watching their videos with the little games that they have. So maybe I haven't been able to come up with any brilliant ideas, but maybe that. Maybe. We'll see. But, just giving you things that bring me joy. That's what I love doing. That's why I have this channel, is to share things I love with you guys. So, and I hope you guys continue to come back and watch me. I appreciate all of you. Okay, then we have the 16th question is, how has your reading taste evolved from last year? I feel like I've been trying to read more classics. I used to read classics all the time, like when I was a teenager, and not just the ones that I was forced to read in school. Teenager, but I would pick up a lot of classics. And then I kind of got away from that. But I feel like this last year that I kind of read a little more classics than I have in the past few years. And I did put a lot of classics on my 25 in 2025 book list. And so I feel like getting to more classics is definitely one that has come to fruition within the last year. Okay, then question 17 is booktube creators who inspire you. So many. I watch so many booktube creators. Let me try and think of some that off the top of my head. I do love Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea, from Libraries and Lattes. I do love Book Mama. I love, Jessica. I can't remember her channel. I will link everybody's channel down below for you guys. I love Ruby from Ruby Trev. I love Jen from Jen's Reading Life. And I try to watch, when I watch videos, I try to watch a lot of book channels that do different type of book content, not just always the ones that I read personally too. Like Jen does a lot of, she does classic books. She does like fiction, literary fiction, and like classic type of novels. Chelsea has a lot of the same reading taste as me, but she does read other things too, literary fiction, just like a wide gamut of books. So anyway, I do try to get an idea of other books that are out there besides the ones that I always focus on, which is, like I said, fantasy, romance, historical romance, and classics. Just to get an idea of other books that, hey, maybe aren't on my radar that I want to pick up possibly. Jordan Elaine is another one that I really enjoy, and her tastes are very similar to mine. So I do watch people that are also the same type of tastes as me. But I do like to do a bunch of different people as well. Bookables, I do love that channel too. So anyway, I will put all those books and jams. Krista, I love you too. I love your channel. It's hard to remember everybody because I don't want to leave anybody out. But anyway, there's so many channels that inspire me for sure. Okay, but there's some of them, and I'm sorry if I forgot you. Okay, the next one, or the last channel, or the last question is question 18, something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a bookish account. So I just say go for it. I mean, I started 5 years ago. I didn't start with books 5 years ago. I've always been a reader since I was a kid. And that's never stopped. But 5 years ago, I started my channel, and it was just strictly home fragrance, and which I still adore and talk about still on my channel. But that's why my channel is called Mad About Melts. I have been thinking of changing the name, possibly, just so people know it's not just home fragrance. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. So I started with home fragrance, and then a year ago, I was like, I should just share what else I'm passionate about, mainly books and reading, because I love it, and I love talking about it, and talking about it with you guys, and sharing just things that I love. So anyway, so I just say go for it. You know, I'm a very introverted person, which is hard to tell from my videos. You can tell I'm a little quirky and goofy and very joyful. I'm a very positive, joyful person. But in real life, I'm very introverted until you get to know me. And even then, I'm pretty quiet and more of a listener rather than the talker in the group. So anyway, this is an outlet for me, and I've really, really loved it. And I appreciate all of you guys. I'm getting emotional. I very much appreciate all of you guys. You know, whether you've been here through just the home fragrance, or, you know, you've come to my channel because of the books, I appreciate you. And this is something that's meant a lot to me. Like I said, it's been wonderful being able to talk about these things with you guys. I didn't know this is gonna make me so emotional. Anyway, as you can see, I have a very tender heart too, so. So anyway, just go for it. That's my advice. Just go for it. And maybe you'll find that you love it like I do, or maybe you'll realize it's just not something that's for you. But either way, it's not going to hurt, and you'll learn, and you'll grow from it. Either way. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for listening to my rambling video. Hopefully it was entertaining. Like I said, if nothing else, I'm very entertaining, I feel like, anyway. Whether that is you laugh with me or at me, I understand. So I love you guys, and I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet for more book and home fragrance content, and with a smidge of other things thrown in too. And until next time, you guys, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.